Welcome back to Daytime, everybody. It's great to have you with us. We're online anytime at rogerstv.com to check our schedules. And on Tuesday's show, we'll be visited from our friends at Rogers Plus, and we always give away nice little gift cards for them too, so keep that in mind, and rogerstv.com. Lots of things happening in the month of May, including the fact that it is National Speech and Hearing Month. Here's Kerry Earl, everyone. And Kerry is the Executive Director of the London Speech and Language Centre. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great to have you here, Kerry. Just tell us a bit about what you do first, and then we'll talk about the month itself. So tell me what you do.
I'm a speech and language pathologist, and I'm the owner of London Speech and Language Centre. But I'm one of many speech language pathologists and audiologists in London and Ontario and Canada that do important work in identifying communication disorders early and intervening early to prevent long-term consequences. So that's the purpose of this month.
Okay, let's talk about that. What happens when someone comes in to see you? How do they get in to see you, first off?
There are services available in schools. There are treatment centers like Thames Valley Children's Centre. We're a private clinic, so we augment the services that are available in the public sector. People can look at their insurance benefits to access the money that they would need for private services, but there are publicly available services in the city.
So tell us about some of the people who would come in. They have a speech. So you know better than a speech. What? How do they know that they have it? Is it something they're born with? Is it something they develop? Tell us about that.
Yeah, some people are born with speech and language delays. Other people acquire the disorder. For instance, following motor vehicle accidents or strokes.
Okay.
So they can affect, communication disorders can affect people of any age. And some of the more common disorders are articulation disorders, which is the problem most people think about, difficulty pronouncing sounds and words. But it can also affect language skills, so oral communication and written communication. I know your previous guest was talking about getting ready for kindergarten, and I would say that communication is probably one of the most important skills for academic readiness and academic success. So it's really important that children that have delayed communication skills, or if parents are concerned that perhaps their child is delayed, that they have a look and meet with a speech pathologist.
Okay, let's touch on that aspect for a minute, because we do, we're a very family-oriented show here. How, in your opinion, how would a parent know that maybe their youngster was having a bit of a problem? What are some of the signs?
Usually parents are the first to recognize a problem. With a child, if they're not saying their first words by 1 year of age, we start to have a look. Usually children are putting two words together, mummy go or want cookie by age 2. And minimum expectations for age 3 is 3-word utterances. Children who are developing normally typically develop even more rapidly than that, but those would be minimum expectations.
I'm just thinking our daughter, she's a teacher, and with our granddaughter, Emily, she was pretty insistent on not letting her, anytime she would get her to speak and properly speak, and is this something parents should be doing as well, to trying to get them into,
I think, when we see parents who have children that are delayed, they're working unbelievably hard to help their kids, and at a certain point you realize that you don't have the necessary tool set, and that you do need to involve a professional. But I think some big general strategies, good strategies for any parent, would be to model reading with their kids, to turn the TV off and have conversations, to take your kids places and talk with them and share communication, to be a good communication model.
Talk about the month of May. What's happening in this month for the National Speech and Hearing Month? Tell us about it.
Well, we're celebrating at the clinic by offering free screening tests. So a screening test is not a full-blown assessment, but it's a pass-fail assessment that provides parents with a little bit of direction on whether or not they need to pursue a full speech and language assessment. So.
We're almost out of time, but what would the test entail?
For little children, it sometimes involves just parent interview. We also have actual formal short screening tests for children and for adults. So it can be any range of things, but it's usually about 10-15 minutes, and we provide direction on where to go for more help after that.
You must be very special to a lot of people, because some of them, I'm sure, after a stroke, it must be a very tough time for some women and men who come in and see you.
Oh, big time. Oh, yeah. You don't really appreciate how important it is to communicate until you lose the ability, and then you realize it can be devastating.
That's true in so many ways, isn't it? That ability to express ourselves, that ability to see, hear, touch everything, and to lose one of those. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Now you're on the web at londonspeech.com. And you're on Fanshawe Park Road East at 1589. Whereabouts east there? Whereabouts
just,
on Fanshawe?
Just east of Highbury.
Highbury. Okay,
Fanshawe.
I've seen you there. Yeah. Okay, that's great. So, and it's free all this month for a quick little assessment?
Yes, just call the clinic and we can book an appointment.
And then if there is an issue, then you can sit down with the client and go from there.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Great to have you with us.
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you
for
so
having me.
much. Isn't that great? LondonSpeech.com is the website. The phone number is 519-642-7370. It's free, folks, and if anything you heard there, you think, wow, maybe your son, maybe yourself, and you want to get a little help, there you go, londonspeech.com. Quick break. Here's Ryan with what's coming up tonight on First Local. Ryan.
Thanks a lot. Coming up tonight on First Local, Western announces that they've recruited one of the world's top scientists. Our newsmaker takes a look at the issue of bullying, and in sports, the Knights of Tomorrow hit the ice over the weekend. Those stories and more tonight on First Local, starting at 5 o'clock.